today about why a North Carolina teenager who was violently arrested during what his mother says was a mental health emergency received a plea deal instead of the treatment he was seeking. Yesterday, we showed you video of Hayden Long being tackled to the ground, tased, and then punched while in handcuffs after his mother tried to take him to a hospital ER. Janet Shamlian is outside that hospital in Lincolnton, North Carolina. Janet, why did the teenager take the plea?
Anthony, good morning. Hayden's mom, Jessica, says he took that plea deal to avoid being tried as an adult on the felony assault charge. Now, the incident is raising questions about how people with potential mental health issues should be treated and cared for. An expert saying that Hayden should have been met with help, not handcuffs.
You now personally admit these charges.
Hayden Long pleaded guilty in juvenile court Monday to 2 misdemeanor charges, one for assault, the other underage drinking.
Because the alternative was letting my 16-year-old son go to court as an adult. This was the easiest and the safest route to take.
It came after this incident outside the North Carolina hospital where his mom had taken him for help, believing he was having a mental breakdown. Security video shows Hayden spitting blood on Deputy Justin Polson, who responded by punching the 16-year-old in the head. Hayden was handcuffed at the time. In court Monday, Deputy Polson said he was no longer with the sheriff's department. It's not known if he was fired for his actions. He testified he didn't believe the teen needed mental health treatment at the time. Hayden's mom defended her son's behavior.
Mental illness displays in a lot of different ways. Well, maybe he drank the alcohol because he is mentally ill. He is suffering from something else and trying to self-medicate.
The video showing hospital security guards and sheriff's deputies responding with force is alarming to Angela Kimball with the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
So when parents take their child to the emergency department, they're expecting help, not handcuffs. Children like Hayden deserve treatment and safety, and he got neither.
Kimball says hospitals and first responders need to know how to de-escalate these situations.
Trained mental health professionals know that people's behaviors can be very agitated. That's something we have to recognize. Otherwise, we end up harming people.
In court, Hayden told the judge he was taking antidepressants at the time. His mother says she hopes the incident will be a wake-up call, not just for parents, but also for law enforcement. The family has not decided whether to pursue legal action. Gail?
Ooh, Janet, that video is tough to watch. Thank you very much. I see the tough spot the mother's in, too.
Yes.
She clearly thinks that behavior is egregious, and looking at it on the tape, it does seem to be so. But you also don't want to put your son through that at 16.
Yeah, very tough spot. But taking a plea when you don't feel he's guilty is not
Very
justice
difficult,
either.
but you wonder how your son's going to do under those conditions. Yeah.
A promising college football player's life dreams shattered as he was falsely accused of rape. His accuser, 19-year-old Nikki Uvino, told police that she went to a party where two football players forced her to have sex in a bathroom. She later admitted that she had sex willingly and was afraid that if she admitted that, another student wouldn't want to date her. Malik St. Hilaire speaks out here exclusively tonight for the first time about the case. But first, Trace Gallagher live in our West Coast newsroom with the backstory here. Hi, Trace.
Martha, at the time, Nikki Uvino was attending Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut. She claimed the incident happened at an off-campus party, that two Sacred Heart football players pulled her into a bathroom, took turns holding her down, and sexually assaulted her. Uvino claims she repeatedly told the men she didn't want to be there, that she had friends waiting for her outside, and to please let her go. Both men admitted having sex with her, but said it was consensual. The players were not arrested, but one lost his scholarship, and both say they were pressured to leave school while they awaited disciplinary action. Then Nikki Uvino drastically changed her story, admitting in a sworn statement that she made the whole thing up because, quote, it was the first thing that came to mind and she didn't want to lose another male student as a friend and potential boyfriend. The document goes on to say Uvino hoped that when the other student heard the allegation, it would, quote, make him angry and sympathetic to her. Uvino was sentenced to a year in jail for falsely reporting an incident and interfering with police. Malik St. Hilaire, one of the players wrongly accused, says he spent 18 months trying to keep his name out of the news, but finally he felt compelled to appear at the sentencing to talk about the significance of Uvino's actions. Watch.
My life has been altered and shaped in ways that nobody here could have imagined. I just hope that, she knows what she's done, and the fact that my life will never be the same. Like, I have anxiety, I have, PTSD from this.
Uvino made more headlines during her sentencing by appearing to roll her eyes and smirk several times. Her attorney claims she was simply moving her eyes in innocuous ways, adding that she was forced to stand in handcuffs for 30 minutes and couldn't get her hair out of her eyes. He called reports of her bad behavior a manufactured storyline. Martha.
Trace, thank you. Joining me now exclusively, Malik St. Hilaire and his attorney, Frank Riccio. Welcome to both of you. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So you're a football player. You're at Sacred Heart. In high school, you were a wide receiver, most valuable player, team captain, right? Serious about what you were doing. So you go to college, you go to this off-campus party, and like that, your life has changed. What was your reaction when you heard what she was accusing you of?
Well, to be honest, it was crazy. That was the biggest type of accusation somebody can make. The only thing close to that is murder. And that was just to have a sister and a mother and just people that I care about, and somebody to accuse me of that. It was life-changing because, people don't look at you the same way. People don't talk to you. People, everybody, especially because of how everything played out, I didn't even have a chance to even clear myself. So automatically I'm looked at as something and someone. And
you felt like everyone automatically believed her?
No, not automatic. People that knew me, they knew better. But just people, if you didn't know this story and you just heard it, all you hear is somebody is accused of that. And because that was the case, it was just really hard to go through things, to be an accusee of that.
What did her claim do to your life?
Really, it really did a lot. At that moment, I had to leave school. We were suspended from school, weren't allowed to attend classes. And then when trying to get back into school, it was very difficult because we no longer had the aid that we had, scholarships that we had.
Did you lose a scholarship?
I wasn't on football scholarship at the time because that year I decided, that semester actually, I was trying to transition into communications, but I was on scholarship. I had received scholarships from Harlem Week and from things that I did within the community of New York City. So from that, it was just crazy because I didn't even have opportunity to gain those things and to transition my life into what I wanted to transition it to.
Tell me about the moment that you learned that she had recanted her story, that she was admitting that it didn't happen that way.
Well, at that moment, it was a breath of fresh air, a little, because it was like finally she's telling the truth. Like finally she's coming out and saying what really happened, because, but still at that moment, I was still out of school. I was still having difficulty. So even though she may have come out and tell the truth, the damage had already been done.
Were you angry?
I was less furious. I was more confused and just trying to figure things out. And at that moment, I just had a lot of pain in me. And what I did is I really just, turned my pain into passion.
Do you think that young men in these situations on college campuses get a fair hearing? Do people listen to their side of the story?
I mean, I think that was one of the issues, was the fact that when this happened, we didn't even give a statement. We had no opportunity to even give a statement when it happened. So we were suspended.
So the school kicked you out without asking you to come explain what happened?
Was not asked a question about what happened before being suspended from school. So that was, yes, extremely unbelievable.
I think one of the issues, too, is the Title IX process in general.
Yeah.
You had a guest on your show on Wednesday that spoke of this very issue. These Obama-era policies created a very low standard of proof. I'll call it no standard of proof. And I know Betsy DeVos is working on a new set of proposals that will add due process, add the ability to raise a standard of proof, and raise the ability to cross-examine and present evidence, review evidence. That does not exist in the Title IX concept right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable that no one asked you or the others your side of the story. You were told to pack up your stuff and leave?
Yes, immediately. Pretty much packed up my stuff that upcoming week, because it was on a weekend. That upcoming week, packed up my stuff and had to figure out what to do from there.
What's your next dream? How are you trying to put your life back together?
Well, really, from this, what I've been doing is just putting my pain into passion, and my passion has been music recently. I've been putting out a lot of music. I've performed in New York City. I've really been trying to turn my life around and put this into, use this situation to better myself. So I'm putting this situation into my music.
Does it make you think twice about your interactions with women?
Oh, no doubt. It gives me, definitely, I have, like I said, it's just some anxiety, and there's a lot of different things that go on now when I'm around women, or when I'm just around any situation, just in any environment, because I did nothing wrong, and then all of a sudden I was getting recourses as if I did something wrong. So
Malik, you're a good young man, and it's good to meet you. Thank you very much. I wish you luck.
Other news, the investigation in Tulsa tonight, the disturbing police confrontation, newly released body camera video showing 2 white officers stopping 2 black teenagers for jaywalking. ABC's Marcus Moore in Tulsa tonight with what happened next.
Call my mama. Call my mama. Tonight, Tulsa's mayor and the local police are investigating this incident involving 2 teenagers. Dramatic body camera footage shows the officers approached the teens just last week as they were walking down a neighborhood street. One officer grabs one of the teens by the arms. Slow. What do you want? Man, you ain't got nothing on him. Why y'all trying to search? Just relax. What are you doing? What you guys doing? Why are you trying to choke it? Why are you trying to choke his neck? Nobody's choking him. Within the span of a minute, the teen is on the ground and in handcuffs. Why are you putting handcuffs on? Because. Why are you putting handcuffs on my kid? Well, all he was doing was jaywalking. We just want to talk with him. One of the teens was arrested and issued a citation. Tonight, his attorney says it never should have happened.
The thing about this that is disheartening, particularly in this time where police violence and brutality is everywhere, you would think that Tulsa police wouldn't do something like this at this time. But the reality is this is the culture of the Tulsa Police Department.
David, we saw the street firsthand tonight. It does not appear to be heavily traveled, and there are no sidewalks. Tonight, Tulsa police tell us the teen who was arrested for jaywalking, assaulting a police officer, and obstruction. David.
Marcus Moore tonight. Marcus, thanks.
Hi, everyone. George.